And that's not the audio.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Mocking You podcast. Yours truly, Lil B at Brunelli Sports.
That's not it. Go ahead.
It's Supercharged
Watch my mouth.
33.
Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. We're struggling. We're doing this at a different time on a different day. Thank you for joining the Mocking with You podcast. We are gonna bring you our All-American team, first and second. We did a coin toss before the podcast went live. Yours truly gets to draft the first team All-American Mocking with You podcast, first ever, and Chris will get to go with the second teams and draft the second team All-American Mocking with You podcast team. But before we get into that today, we're going to talk about the title games. We already had a couple last night. We'll talk more about the All-American when we get there, but let's go ahead and talk about the championships. Last night we had New Mexico versus Liberty for the AAC, if I remember correctly.
No, that's Conference USA.
Is that Conference USA? Hold on. Yeah, I can't remember.
It's
Conference nobody really cares about. Whatever. Liberty walked away with the win last night, and it was Conference USA. Yeah, it was a 49-35 game. Liberty walked away with the Conference USA championship. And then, of course, the big one everybody wants to talk about was the Pac-12 championship game, Oregon versus Washington. Oregon was supposed to be the heavy favorites. Oregon this, Oregon that. Oregon was supposed to just walk away with this victory. Washington, Michael Penix Jr. and company, and Dylan Johnson and Dobb, everybody said, what about us? What about us? And last night, it was an ugly first half for sure for Oregon, but Oregon definitely came back in the second to make it a game. And Washington did win by a field goal late with the late Dylan Johnson 17-yard run or something to get a first down to lock up the game. So that fantastic game last night. Washington locks themselves into the college football playoffs, which is fantastic because I don't like Bo Nix at all. And I don't like Oregon. Sorry, Corey.
Oregon had it planned in the playoff. No,
I don't think any of the Pac-12. I honestly don't think the Pac-12 has any chance at all of winning the game.
Oh, no. I don't think they're going to win the game. Well, it depends who they play. But
they're going to have to play Michigan or Georgia. They're not going to jump those two.
Yeah, no, they're not going to beat Michigan or Georgia.
Or Georgia. So
I just think that Oregon, they really got going in the second half, and normally once they get going, they go downhill and they can start beating on people. But Washington was so resilient last night.
It's funny though. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, and I'm still catching up with like the draft. But we all know Washington has like 3 guys going in the first 3 rounds, 4 guys on the offense. Dylan Johnson, Rome, and the other wide receiver I can't think of, plus Penix. They're all going to go in. Yeah, I'm not going to try to slaughter his name today. But I'm saying they have 4 guys on the offense that we know for sure are going day 1 and day 2. Locked and loaded already at this point in the draft process. Oregon, you have Bo Nix. That's going to be a day 2 pick. I don't know anybody else on that Oregon offense, even though that they've been powerful all year long, who's going to be a potential day 1 or 2 pick besides Bo Nix. And Bo Nix's performance in big games has always been his biggest issue. He chokes. He's 0-6 in big games. And that's going to obviously has to affect his draft status.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I'm not trying. What I'm really just saying is that Washington is. We keep talking about how good Oregon's offense is, but we never really talk about how loaded and how good Washington's offense is. I know it's always hey, look at all these great guys.
Really strong, their offensive line is strong too. They were opening up some holes.
I really like Dylan Johnson for Washington. It was the first time I really watched Washington all year long, and I love Dylan Johnson's run. Dylan Johnson runs angry and he runs powerful.
That's what I think that match well against Georgia. if they could run the ball against Georgia, but if they
Yeah,
have to
but
play Michigan, Michigan's a lot
they're
tougher
not gonna be able to.
face.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure. But we talked a lot about those games. Let's move on to the big ones. Obviously, we're gonna talk about the S.
They're on right now, actually.
What's that?
The Texas game is on right now, I think, right?
Oh, did that? Yeah, that did start at 11. So let's go ahead and get into that game before it gets too crazy.
Now,
We'll talk about the Oklahoma State versus Texas. Everybody in the world is hollering for Texas should be a top 4 team, and they lost the game, and there's still undefeated teams out there. I think this is a very weak Texas team. I don't understand the hype for this Texas team because they beat Alabama early in the year when Alabama was ugly. I think if you put Alabama versus Texas now, Alabama runs away with the game. That was a totally 2 different teams at the beginning of the season, and I don't think that should speak as the value of how good Texas is for beating an Alabama team that was struggling. I would like to see them play now to determine. I just don't think you should put Texas as a good win for Alabama because
no
Alabama
matter what, beating Alabama when they're not, it's still a good
is beating Alabama.
It's beating Alabama.
Yeah, I get everything you're saying. But I just think I'm going to be curious because Quinn Ewers is talking about returning. More and more news. What does that mean? Does Texas want Quinn Ewers to return?
Yeah, no. Here's the thing: is he can return all he wants, but that's going to put some pressure on the head coach. I'm waiting on his name right now. I should know his name.
Steve Sarkisian.
That you might have to open out the interim and say, okay, well,
honestly, if I'm Steve Sarkisian, I'm telling Quinn, you're going to have to enter the transfer portal or enter the draft. I have Malik Murphy and I have Archie Manning in the guns. I can't sit here and have them sit.
Sorry, not to cut you off. We don't know what kind of promises that Steve Sarkisian made to Archie Manning to come to Texas. He could have told him, okay, go ahead.
Texas spent millions in NIL and donations and everything to get Archie to come to Texas. You will have the donors rolling their head if Archie enters the portal because Quinn Ewers comes back and is guaranteed to start job next year.
I don't think he's guaranteed to start the job. I think he'll have to fight to win it.
I think he has. I'm telling Quinn he doesn't come back. I'm telling Quinn there's not a spot for him.
I still think that Quinn has a good prospects out there. You want to enter that portal. There's tons of teams that need a quarterback.
A team out there, Quinn would be the number 1 quarterback on the market.
Yeah. I think that he just needs a little bit more refinement, and he might be a good quarterback.
I get he could be a day 2. He could be a day 2 pick, late round 3, early round 4, day 3 pick. I'm not a big Quinn, but if I'm Texas, I'm doing everything in my power to keep Quinn from coming back because you can't lose Malik Murphy and Archie Manning because one of those guys are going to have to leave because both of those guys, we already know Murphy's a decent starting quarterback. So Murphy knows he can start in the Power 5 conference. Yeah, Archie, we don't know about yet, but those two, you're going to have to figure something out because one of them is going to leave sooner or later to go get their job. They're going to be promised somewhere where they start next year, no matter what. And if you're allowing Quinn to come back for another year, this is a great problem to have as a team, but you also can't lose the future for an older quarterback, older statesman in college, who for one more year, when those guys can give you.
It's kind of like when you have that in the NFL, when you have the brilliant quarterback. No one's got the brilliant quarterback for 2 years, and then you can try and start your rookie that you drafted. Well, 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year to half a year to 1 year. A bridge quarterback isn't.
So
and that's
now
that's what
it's time to
right
move
now.
on. It's time to play ahead when you appreciate your effort, yours, and but You can come back. It's not going to have
No,
the
you
starting
can't come
job.
back. You're not guaranteed the starting job. We have to allow. But speaking of that, we're getting sidetracked.
And so
Oklahoma
who
State. Saying all that, I like Ollie, the running back for
Gordon?
Oklahoma State. Yeah, Ollie. But I just think Texas is a better team. Oklahoma State has struggled against the better opponents of the Big 12. I'm going to go Texas, but I'm going a close game, and I'm going to say it's a field goal touchdown game, and I'm going to say Texas wins like a 34-27 score or something.
Horns up.
You're going horns down?
Horns
I
up.
was to say.
Horns up. And that Texas might be close. It might be close in the first half. I don't know what the score is right now, but I think that Texas will take over.
By the way, just some breaking news out there. The Jets and Adrian Amos have agreed to part ways. Small.
Oh,
news,
yeah. They happen to hit them up.
We could really use him with our. But actually, our safeties have been playing really well since all the injuries.
Okay, so we both
have Texas here. I'm up. I'm getting the. I got it right now. I just had to open it.
Oh,
all right. We'll go back up to the top. Let's talk about the SEC title game, which is the 3:00 game today. And you got Alabama versus Georgia. Like we've mentioned previously, this is a way different Alabama team, but this is such a different. I don't know, man. Georgia, what are they going to lose? Is this it? Is today the day they lose finally? It's been 8 games now since they lost the game.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. And Alabama is really at the peak.
My question is here. Let me ask you this, Chris. If Alabama beats Georgia and Texas wins, who gets put in? Do we get an SEC less team in the playoffs? Do you get Washington? Do you get Tech? I mean, that's the part. Now you're at Washington and Michigan are locked. I mean, if Michigan wins, which they should against Iowa, we'll talk about that later. But
if Alabama wins, Michigan wins,
Washington won.
Bama, Georgia, Washington, Michigan.
You're still putting Georgia in even if they lost their championship game?
Yes. That's been the best team all year. If you lose Alabama, doesn't mean you could. I just think that. No,
that's a nightmare scenario, man. Like, who do you justify? Do you put the SEC? You don't put the SEC champion in when they just beat the best team in the nation and have been probably the best team over the last 6 weeks.
Alabama, Georgia,
Washington, Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of that, who do you have winning this game?
Roll Tide.
You got Roll Tide?
Yep. I think they have the momentum. I think Georgia's been playing for an outfit all year. And Nick Saban is finally going to get over.
I can't good in good conscience pick against Georgia right now. Georgia is the best team in the league. The best team in football right now. This is gonna be a hell of a game. But Alabama struggled to beat a really bad Auburn team. It was a miracle. It was a miracle. I don't care if that's the Iron Bowl. It was a miracle they won that game. It straight up was a miracle. So
that was and from that defense,
yeah, bad defense and a miracle there. So I'm going to go with Georgia with Carson Beck, who honestly, I make the joke all the time, but it's true. He is Ed from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. He pull up the photos, put them side by side. Carson Beck is Ed from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. And but Carson Beck is actually, I'm a little bullish on Carson Beck. After watching like 4 games of of Carson Beck and this Georgia team, I really think he might be better than Matthew Stafford coming out of Georgia when he comes out. I was very
That's
impressed.
bullish, man.
Yeah, I really like this.
How it done today is the same defense. But
Yeah, I'm excited to see, but
can you imagine that if Carson Beck had the options that his predecessor had?
yeah, that's my
Like,
point. Like,
North Pickens and
just even if he had what Alabama has, give him Bond, give him those guys. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, he does have
Brock Bowers, but still, like Carson Beck is a slinger. He has a very good arm. I like Beck, so I'm not going to go against him. And of course you don't go against Georgia's defense. Georgia's defense is, even though they lose players, is still Georgia's defense.
Yeah, like I feel like this is like a no-name defense. As
Compared to the past,
like last year, there was like all these names.
Yeah, I guarantee. But we know by draft time 2 guys will go in the first round.
Yeah.
So we're going separate there, but let's jump down to the Big Ten title game where we got the no offense Iowa versus the powerhouse of Michigan and its defense. And he's been released from jail. Jim Harbaugh will be back and touchdown Texas. Texas touchdown.
Will he
Texas
doing his
touchdown.
Cam Newton impression? I'm back!
Yeah. So Jim Harbaugh will be back for this game and the rest of this regular season, this off season. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But Sherrone Moore did an amazing job out of 4 games for stepping in for Jim Harbaugh this year. Undefeated and beat 2 top 10 teams. That's a very impressive thing by Sherrone Moore, and it's going to be curious. See, I think Sherrone Moore automatically, if he leaves Michigan, should be a powerhouse 5 conference. He doesn't step down to go to like a small D1 school. He's
on the Bowling Green.
Yeah, he's not going to Bowling Green. He's gonna go to a powerhouse. He deserves it. He's proven he can beat powerhouse coaches. He's beat Ryan Day. He's beat James Franklin. He's the dude. If he gets a job, he's leaving for a Power 5 team. And there is none of those this year. There's no big, sexy head coaching jobs right now.
No, not really. No.
So, sure, I would say Michigan's safe right now for him leaving.
More the head coach.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Leaving unless something happens and Jim does leave for the NFL and Sherrone gets to stay at Michigan.
Please.
But let's move on. Yeah. Can we just all agree Michigan's going to win this game? I don't think we need to really sit here and pound the drums.
Yeah,
here.
no, I'm not in Iowa.
Yeah.
They might get close defensively.
For a little bit. They might struggle the first half. But with Jim back, it's going to be a different game. And I think we're going to get JJ back. Like, JJ's been playing, but Sherrone really led hard on Blake Corum during this time, and JJ didn't throw the ball as much. I think Jim's going to lean back on JJ and let JJ sling it a little bit more this game. Because I think Iowa's going to try to tee off on the run game. Like every team does. But saying that we both make Michigan, let's talk about the ACC championship game where we got Louisville versus Florida State. Florida State still could be, we'd even talk about them. They're undefeated. But Jordan Travis is out with the grueling leg injury, and then their backup, I forget his name already. I believe he's out tonight. So that's my I know there's probably a lot of Florida State fans out there right now, but even if you win the ACC title game, I'd probably put in a non-undefeated Florida State into the playoffs. When you don't have your starting two, you don't have Travis, and you don't have your 4-star quarterback backup. I'm not putting you. I mean, their backup could be back by playoff time, but I don't think Florida State is better than a 1-loss Georgia or a 1-loss Texas.
No, I mean, might have debated that when they had Jordan Travis, but
Yeah.
You
With
put
Travis.
you don't want to have a weak championship game just because they're undefeated.
Yeah.
Like I guess everyone's like, oh, they're undefeated. They should be allowed in the championship game. Well, now that it's affecting the integrity of the game. Like, are they really that good that we're like they put in the game? I don't know.
I don't think that's Florida. And I mean, I know Louisville just lost to Kentucky last week. Florida State beat Florida barely. This is the least sexiest. I don't even know. Michigan and Iowa is not very sexy, but this is not a sexy matchup either. I'm gonna go Louisville. Just because of the injury to the quarterback position. I just think Louisville wins this game, and then it takes them out of the hunt of the playoffs. And it sucks for Florida State because I would have loved to see Jordan Travis and Florida State do more because I do like Jordan Travis, but because of the quarterbacks, it's a big jump, to have your third string quarterback who hasn't played all year long have to play in the ACC. I mean, maybe this could be his golden moment too. This could be this guy's announcements in the National Football, or not National Football League, but it could be that too. But I don't even know who this Florida State quarterback is going to be starting, and that's the issue to have to play against, to step up and have to play in this game. So I'm going to go Louisville.
Taking Louisville.
Yeah.
And I really like going both. I really like the Seminoles defense. So I think they're going to ride the Seminoles defense and they're going to win barely. And I'm taking Florida State.
Wow. All right. So we agree. We disagree on SEC and we disagree on the ACC, but we're on the Big 10 and the Big 12.
Yeah, well, this is another obvious pick.
No, I get it. I understand. All right.
Honestly, Georgia is the obvious too. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like I already said, Texas already did score a touchdown on a quick drive after Oklahoma State went like 3 and out. Let's go ahead and move on to our mocking our first time ever college football All-American team. This is the Mocking with You podcast, All-American college football team. This is what we're going to do. We're doing one quarterback, one wide receiver, one running back, one quarterback, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, only 1 tackle, 1 inside offensive lineman. We don't want to sit here all day and try to build a whole roster. 1 defensive lineman, I thought we agreed on, Chris.
Yeah. I don't know why that's still there.
Okay, no, I just wanted to make sure. 1 edge, though, 1 linebacker, 1 corner, 1 safety, or another defensive back and a kicker. So, in the future, hopefully next year, this is something to give you guys a little bit of excitement, is when the college football game finally re-releases, we're going to build a whole roster of the Mocking with You podcast, All-American team, and we're going to put them face-to-face on the college football game. So that's hopefully in the future we can do that. Hopefully maybe stream it or something. But we'll talk about that more in the future. That is our plans with this. That's just something that we're talking about. But we're going to go ahead and get started into this. Like I said, we did a coin flip before we went live. I won. So I get team 1. Chris gets team 2.
Wait. I thought we were just you got the first pick on the players.
Okay, that's fine. I even thought we would clear that.
Yeah, that was
all right.
But it's still mess me over here on who you take.
That's easy then, because I got it easy. This is gonna be the easy one. We're gonna save the quarterback for last.
Yeah.
But the number 1 pick I'm taking, which is obvious, is I'm taking Marvin Harrison Jr. at the wide receiver.
Oh man, the most layup pick ever. Yeah, you just lay it up there.
I mean, of course you got to take the lay it up pick.
All right, and then Malik Neighbors.
You're going to take Malik Neighbors here?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a second. I wasn't ready for you to respond so quickly. I don't know if I don't think I would have took Malik. Oh, I think there's another wide receiver
I really like Malik Neighbors. He's
No,
gonna be dominant.
you left my guy out. You left my guy out, who I love a lot more.
Well, yeah, on the second team.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put him where he doesn't belong. He should be on the first team. Well, then I'm gonna go obvious again. I'm going tight end, and I'm taking Brock Bowers.
I mean, this is obvious. Okay. Give me the most obvious edge pick. And it might not be obvious, but for me, he's the best edge in the nation, and it's Gordon Bowles.
Who is that? I'm sorry.
Gordon Bowles.
Oh, Jordan Verse. Yeah, I don't know if there's much you can argue about Jordan Verse here. Hold on, I'm trying to. You're not keeping. You're moving fast and.
Oh, I'm moving too fast for your front, bro.
Yeah, Jordan Verse. All right.
Man, running back looks kind of hard here.
Running back is hard. I'm not gonna lie. But we say that he's gonna be second team. I think we say it's hard, but we just talked about him. I'm gonna throw him up there because he deserves it. He came on a little late. It took him a couple of games to get going, but his team is in the a conference championship game. They're playing right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and just take Ollie Gordon. I'm taking Ollie Gordon for team one for running back.
The Doak Walker Award Finals.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like the other guy who's the finalist for this award, and I really like his running style and his dominance, but it's okay. Ollie Gordon's not bad. All right. I'll go ahead and take the offensive tackle here. And I'm taking Joe Alt.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do it. I was looking at it. Joe Alt is definitely the best. You know what?
They're already talking about him as a top 10 pick.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's definitely a top 10 pick. Oh, crap. See, I think we're getting to the nitty gritty here. I don't know who I want to go with here. You're making me go quarterback last. All right. Nope, this one's easy. I'll go here. I'm gonna go offensive guard. I'm gonna get the entire offensive guard. I'm going Kansas State, and I'm going Cooper Beebe.
Oh yeah.
He's a top 10. I think he's a top 15 pick in this upcoming draft.
Yeah, I think he was an All-American last year.
God, he could have been. You saying that now? Was he? Let's look at Cooper Beebe. He just looks like an off. There's nothing better than a big, nasty offensive lineman too.
All right. Then it Karan Ray Sweat.
He was the first American. He was the first team All-American last year. He's been a Big 12 offensive lineman of the year 2022 and 2023. And he was first team All Big 12 2021, 2022, and 2023. He's just going to be adding on to that resume. Who are you taking?
Karan Ray Sweat.
Who the hell is that?
The Texas defensive tackle.
Hold on. I got puppies yelling over here. I have to mute for a second. They're yelling at me. They're not happy. Let's look at Trevon Sweat, another senior. He's the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year this year. 6'4", 362. That's one big son of a gun. That's a big boy. You know what? I'm not going to ignore it anymore. I'm going to go with the least unsexiest picks here. I'm going to jump down. And I'm going to go grab the best kicker. Let's not make the kickers wait any longer. Oh, crap. Triple flea flicker leads to a second touchdown for Texas.
Oh,
Texas
wow.
is now
I
up
got to put the
13.
game on.
Yeah, I got the game on right now. The Washington did the same play last night, but only led to a first down. Could have been a touchdown, but Texas just did the exact same play, and it led to a touchdown here.
Okay. All right, it's caught the end of it, so we'll see the replay.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go to a smaller school and put him on the All-American. I'm gonna go grab Graham Nicholson from Miami, Ohio for All-American.
You know what? I'm looking at the red guy finalist.
Were you gonna put a Ray Guy over a kicker?
No, I mean, no, sorry. The Luke Rosa finalist. And
Yeah.
this is the absolute travesty here.
Why is that?
That Melvis is not on this.
I know. How is he not on this?
That is an
Melvis
absolute travesty. He's like Sebastian Dent house inside.
Melvis will be the first. I would be shocked if Melvis is not the first kicker taken on draft night.
That was a dandy of a play.
Told you, Washington played it last night, and it wasn't a touchdown.
Well, the guy it looked like it was worthy. Never mind. No.
This might not be. You might be right. Texas might run away with this to make the argue that they should be in the college football.
Yeah, blowout in the second half, but no. Wow, they got 3 passing yards for Oklahoma State.
But hey, Washington did the same thing to Oregon in the first half and came back. So we'll see what happens.
That's true.
All right. So I took Graham Nicholson here.
Oh, okay. Give me Kool-Aid Hensley.
I don't like Kool-Aid. And Kool-Aid's not even on the award finalist. You know that, right?
I know.
You're going to put Kool-Aid on here. I don't like Kool-Aid. I don't think after watching him, I don't think
Kool-Aid.
I'm not with Kool-Aid. I don't think Kool-Aid's that good.
We'll find out tonight, you know.
Yeah, true.
Well, not tonight. It's afternoon.
Yeah. I'm shocked you went there. That one kind of threw me off through a loop there.
I knew that would. I saw that it's not on the list, but again, like I said, the list is not the end all be all here.
No, you're right.
Harrison Melvis is not on the list, and that's a tragedy. He's made some clutch kicks. That's the guy right there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
By the way, while I'm talking about PI here, you watch that Cowboys game?
No, not all of it. No, I didn't.
They just it was like a flag fest. Like, if the NFL will hail with this product, just being diluted week by week by dumb penalties.
Yeah. I honestly didn't watch it.
I understand that we can't just not call penalties, but there's got to be a fine line here.
Yeah. So I'm going to jump and go get the Butkus Award. I was sitting here while you were talking, trying to remember the college football award for linebacker award, and I couldn't remember, and it's the Butkus. Holy crap.
Oh, what it hit.
So, yeah, I'm going to go grab the Butkus. I believe the Butkus Award, who I think is the best linebacker in college football. He had a hell of a season, and his father was a hell of a NFL player. And I'm going to go grab Jermaine Trotter Jr. And I'm going to put him as the first team All-American for us. Lots of juniors here. Lots of juniors on this board.
Jeremiah Trotter.
Jeremiah Trotter Jr.
I'll put this one.
All right. Who's going to be? You're going to have to get the defensive back here.
Okay. Man. That's when I picked the finalist. And I'm doing Cooper the John.
Yeah, he got hurt, didn't he?
Yeah, I think in the last game.
Yeah, I forget when he got hurt, but yeah, I do like if I
Iowa.
Iowa. Yeah, I knew he was Iowa, but I was just trying to think for a second. Wasn't he? I can't remember when he got hurt, and you gotta love it because it's a white guy playing secondary. You don't see that.
No,
You don't see a
Iowa
white guy.
is the end of the light boys on corn.
Yeah, it's just that you never see them.
Like last
And
year,
he could be a first round draft pick.
Remember?
What's that?
Who's that? The corner last year from Iowa that like Broncos. The white guy.
Oh, yeah, I can't. I would have to look it up.
You remember though? You remember?
Yeah, I remember. I'm just trying to see. I forget. It's a lower leg injury is what they're calling it. I can't remember if it was an ACL or not. But yeah, glad to see you get him here. So I get the quarterback.
What is that, bro?
I get the quarterback. Bo Mix was never in discussion for me for best All-American Team 1. He wasn't. I don't think Bo Mix is that good. So it was between two guys. And one lit up the show and the other one can't light up the show. But the other one could be could be the Heisman winner. So it's very hard to sit here.
Don't light up the show. Stop it.
What's that?
Hold on.
Sorry. I got to mute.
Yeah. Dogs don't play over there.
Yeah, the neighbors' dogs were outside and they started barking, so I got my dogs barking.
And you know how dogs are.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I hate this. I have to pick between these two. And I'm going to go this one. This is the only reason. The only reason this guy is going to make my team 1 is because he led his team to the playoffs and led his team to a conference championship title. This other guy had 3 losses, so he's not the All-American Team 1. So I'm putting Michael Penix Jr. as Team 1 quarterback.
Michael Penix Jr. I do like it. I can't complain. I do think he's a little better than people are giving him credit for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to sit here and I believe you are going to go where the other guy should be. Again, the only reason Penix is over everybody who we know we're talking about didn't have 3 losses, led his team to an undefeated season, led his team to a college football playoffs a bid, and won his conference championship. The other quarterback didn't do that. Those 4 reasons should put him as the quarterback 1 on the first team All-American.
Okay, let's break it down before we go to the second team here.
Yeah, so team 1, we for the first team All-American for the Mocking with You podcast, we have the quarterback Michael Penix Jr. from Washington. We got running back Ollie Gordon from Oklahoma State. We got wide receiver 1 Marvin Harrison Jr. from Ohio State. Wide receiver 2 Malik Neighbors Jr. from LSU. Tight end, we got Brock Bowers from Georgia. Offensive tackle Joe Alt from Notre Dame. Interior offensive lineman, we got Cooper Beebe from Kansas State. We got interior defensive line Travion Sweat from Texas. Our edge is Jared Verse from Florida State. Our best linebacker, first all team, is Jermaine Trotter Jr. Disagree. This is where we disagree. I think so far the list has been good, but we have all of the American team 1, first team Kool-Aid McKinstry for cornerback. Our defensive back is Cooper DeJean from Iowa. And our kicker is Graham Nicholson for our first team Mocking with You, the Mocking with You podcast, All-American team. We're going to go ahead and jump into the second All-Team American. And this is where Chris gets to select the quarterback. So Chris gets the first pick now because
remember what running that was.
Where are we gonna start off here, Chris? Who's gonna be your first
running back? Quarterback the last again. I'm taking Cody Slater.
Thank you. I wanted to put Cody Schrader, so you put it here. I appreciate you putting Cody Schrader because Cody Schrader was the guy I was arguing in
Dude,
my head.
I really think that he was the Missouri offense.
He was the Missouri offense. There's no doubt about
He
that.
still is. Not was.
He's still,
It still is.
I love that pick. I love that pick. I'm so glad to get Cody Schrader on here. Coming from a D2 school, MIAA represent, where my school was the MIAA champions this year, or co-champions, Central Missouri. I love seeing touchdown Oklahoma State, touchdown passing touchdown.
Wow, you're ahead of me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try not to. But I just love seeing Cody Schrader, a D2 kid for 4 years, get a walk-on scholarship to Missouri and just completely own the SEC. You got to love that.
Now you're ahead of me like a second there.
Okay. So I'm going to keep moving on, and I'm going to get the right. This should have been the number 2 wide receiver in my eyes.
Well, now it's the number 1 second team.
I'm taking Keon Coleman.
Coleman?
Yeah, Keon Coleman from Florida State.
Keon Coleman. Yeah,
Keon
Florida
Coleman.
State.
Yeah. He's not even a finalist for the Biletnikoff, which is beyond me.
Yeah, that's, you know what? That's absolute robbery. I wonder if him being hurt has affected that.
I don't know, but Keon Coleman, he's my, do I want Marvin Harrison? Of course, but there's no chance in hell the Packers are going to be in a position to get Marvin Harrison. Obviously, we won't ever take a wide receiver in the first round, but I can dream. But Keon Coleman is my dream. Keon Coleman is my dream.
Fall from the second round or something.
No, he's going to. I love Keon Coleman. So Keon Coleman is my pick here.
Well, I love it. I love it. I'm gonna go ahead and take Cade Stover at tight end.
Cade Schroeder from oh god.
Cade Stover from Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find his name so I can grab it. Cade Stover. Yeah, Cade Stover. I like Cade. Cade's a good solid pick here. I wish he had a bigger year.
He's in a second round pick.
You think he's that high?
Maybe second or something. Not in the days.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab my other wide receiver. I'm gonna sit here and take it because guy deserves to be. He could have arguably been on the team 1, but he's gonna be team 2, wide receiver 4, and I'm taking Rome Odunze from Washington.
Nobody didn't pick him. If I didn't say his name, I wanted to look up to it.
No, well, thank you. Well, we both can't say it. I tried my best. He deserves to be on this roster. So,
Rome.
Odunze.
I need Bill.
Yeah,
I didn't know somebody how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me. I totally put my it away. Okay. Let's see.
Struggling here?
I'm not struggling. I'm gonna. We love it. And I'm putting Harrison Melvin as my second team hitter.
Yeah, you're taking Harrison Melvis, which I like. Harrison Melvis definitely got slept on this year, but is definitely a great kicker and deserves to be on the All-American. So I have no issues here whatsoever taking Harrison Melvis. All right, this guy, I'm going to go ahead and take this guy. This is a guy that we haven't talked much about, but he had a great year. He is on that no-name Georgia defense, and I'm going to take Malik Starks from Georgia for the defensive cornerback position. Malachi Stark. Sorry. Malachi Starks. I read that wrong in my head, and then I said it out long. Malachi Starks from Georgia.
Man. There's a lot of finals here.
Yeah.
Man, I can't figure out who the finalists are.
I got it. I have my next pick. I just need you to hurry up and pick it. Or not take my pick. I'm lined up. I'm looking right at
this. I remember to pronounce his name. Oh my goodness.
Oh, geez.
I'm taking the Michigan offensive lineman that hurt last week.
Oh, Zinter?
Yeah, Zach Zinter.
Yeah, Zach Zinter for interior offensive line.
Yep.
Yeah, Michigan probably should be. You know, that's one thing. We took running backs, but it's shockingly that Blake Corum is not on any of the finalists for the Doak Walker Award.
Yeah, I just think he didn't have enough yards.
He scored in every football game this year.
It's crazy.
Like, yards.
Honestly, he didn't like the all-purpose player with the pick, but
Blake the Great this year, stats. He did not have 1,000 yards, so that does hurt him. He had 976 yards, but 22 touchdowns. If he had the yards, he definitely would have been a Heisman. If he had his 1,400 yards from last year with 22 touchdowns, he's probably a Heisman finalist.
It's a lap.
Yeah. But speaking of all that, I'm going to go ahead and throw my pick out there. He should be talked about. He needs to be talked about. Another guy who we're going to watch later this afternoon, and I've already taken his counterpart from the Georgia defense, but I'm taking an Alabama defensive stud, and I'm taking Dallas Turner for edge.
What?
Oh, yeah, Dallas Turner. Yes, Dallas Turner for edge. He's a top 15 pick when he comes out.
Oh, no, he is. I was trying to find the button for what finals here.
Yeah, I know. It's like the list, I had to write them down on my own list because the breakdown, like nobody was breaking down all 32 all awards. They would only give you like 5 award finalists. They wouldn't give you every.
Yeah. That's what I've been honest. Haters not prepared.
Jared Verse is not even on a finalist. It's Latu, Turner, and Wilson for edge.
That's what I hate for this, but I'm putting Tommy Eichenberg.
Who?
Tommy Eichenberg. Eichenberg or whatever. That's his name. The linebacker from Ohio State.
He's not even the best linebacker at Ohio State. We don't have a linebacker spot. I took Dallas Turner for linebacker. Where are you putting this guy?
Oh, I thought we had. I think linebacker is missing.
It is missing. Yeah, we did. Throwing me off here. We're missing a spot.
Sorry. I don't know how that hit it away.
Yeah, you're right. It did. You think we should have caught that sooner? I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Tommy Eckenberger. He's not even a finalist, and you're going to take him? There's a better linebacker.
I who the finalist was.
He's not even the best linebacker on his team. Freaking hell, I got to remember the best linebacker on that roster. I don't like how Ohio State does their roster. Can I just see a roster without every fucking photograph, please? Thank you. They had there was filling up the. Oh God, no! You're being dumb here with that pick, dude. Being very unprepared. You're. Hold on, I'm trying to find. I can't remember the name of the better linebacker for Ohio State. I don't remember the name either. Because he's not even the best linebacker. He's not even on a finalist, so I didn't even think about it. So you have Tommy Eckenberg, but then the better guy.
Finalist on.
Well, I'll tell you here in a second, but the better linebacker on that roster is where is he at on this damn roster? Again, I didn't have Ohio State, so you're making me scroll through the whole roster to find this.
Okay, let's not put him on there. We'll have Travis in the justice here.
Yeah,
I didn't even say this guy's name.
God, I
Well,
can
I'm
see it.
someone else.
Maybe it's Tommy Ecklenberg, but hold on. God, I have an 8 list going on, and now I can't find it.
And so Missouri has a linebacker on that finalist list.
So LSU has one. I took Clemson. It is Tommy Ecklenberg is the better linebacker on that. So it's not travesty. I would think of another school. So if you want Tommy, he is. That's the best.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't find him.
I don't think he didn't play that well last week.
He had an okay game, but
they scored it then.
Yeah, they sure did. I didn't even see it.
Man, this is going down the field that well here. What is talking crap about Hewlins and now sliding them down the field? Oh, the fit man.
Good God. I can't find a list of the finalists of 2023.
I found it.
Oh, I did too. Yeah, so the finalists are Missouri kid, a Washington kid, a Mississippi State kid, and a North Carolina State kid with Clemson, Jermaine Trotter.
I think Jermaine Trotter will win it. Carolina Trotter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick up, and I'm gonna take Nathan Watson.
You're just taking him because who are you taking? Nathan Watson from Mississippi State?
Yep.
Are you just doing that to please good old freaking Bird in the group chat?
Love it.
Hey, I need the linebacker. Oh, there it is. Okay. It wasn't popping up. All right. So after that fiasco there.
Yeah. I didn't really know how hard it is to find the finalist list.
I know it is kind of hard. I struggled yesterday.
And I had it earlier too.
Yes. Oh, this one's easy. I don't even know how we forgot to put him on the first one, but I'm going to gladly take him here and put him in the interior line. And I'm taking Jerzon Newton, Illinois. Is that how you say his name?
Oh, I don't know, but I love that bit.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a top 10 hit. Not a top 15, sorry.
Yeah, I know. We keep saying top 10. It's just like with the quarterbacks.
You said top 10. How many top 10 guys are going to get you?
Yeah, 20 top 10 guys.
No, but seriously, that's what these guys are like, yes, say. Oh, who's going to the top 10? And then you're like, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're at 14 top 10 pick guys. I don't know. The math ain't mathy here, but top 14 can't go in the top 10. I mean, I know there's teams that would love that.
Yeah, no, I think that the interior defensive line is opponent.
All right, so who are you going to go here?
Oh, man. Then I got that the list I had earlier. Okay. I'm gonna put now on search. Okay. I'm gonna Clay Taylor. Defensive back.
The kid from Arizona or from Air Force?
Yeah.
Oh God, how do you spell his first name? It's weird. Yeah, but how do you, it's not spelled like Trey. It's Tari.
Trey.
Oh, was it? I thought it was spelled different.
No. It's not like the other, like Trey Turner or something.
That's who I'm thinking of then.
Like Trey Turner is like Tra.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I got him confused for a second.
It's spelled normally. Must be a white guy.
Oh, how did Oklahoma State continue having the ball? Did I miss a penalty on third down?
I don't know. I missed it too.
Yeah, I got me. We're sitting here. I'm not paying attention.
Man, he could have took that to the house and picked it.
Yeah. See, all right. So we already.
This is offensive tackle.
Yeah.
I feel like that is not as so obvious, but whatever. Who knows? I might roll a fall off and hit Caleb Williams
After his shit season.
after his great name.
Yeah, who's struggled significantly.
Yeah, no. I want to hit people.
You're such a
finalist.
Oh God. Okay. I'm sorry for everybody out there. I do this coming from the man where this is your nationality, this is your heritage, and you're gonna make me slaughter this man's name. You should be ashamed.
Is it the guy from Washington?
No, the guy from Oregon State.
Oh.
Talise Fuganga is the offensive tackle I'm taking for the second team. I told you. I feel like I did good on the first name. Talise.
No, I didn't as well.
Fugala. Fugaga. Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. That should have been you, sir, not me. But there's our Oregon State's offensive tackle. Talise is second All-American team for the Mocking with You podcast.
All right. Well, what's
such a dick for making me try to say that name out loud.
Daniel Bowman.
Yeah, I mean, who? You're right. Just because you know what? Just because you're the best player in college doesn't mean you're an All-American too.
Bowman stats.
I mean, Jaden is better than Bull. There's no doubt about it. Just so you know, Jaden Daniels has more total touchdowns than Joe Burrow's Heisman year. Joe Burrow threw for more yards and more touchdowns, but because of Jaden Daniels rushing, he has more total yards and more total touchdowns.
So 4,145 yards for Bowman and 40 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
Yeah, Jaden only has like 32 or 33 passing yards, but has 11 or 1,200 yards rushing. And a lot of people argue that because his defense was so bad, he couldn't lead his team to.
And then Daniels, 1,812 passing yards. 40 touchdowns, 4 picks.
But look at his rushing.
I'm trying to get the rushing. Oh, yeah. 1,100 rushing yards. And 10 touchdowns. That's 50 touchdowns.
Yeah, I told you it was.
And 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
I picked Daniels here.
Jaden was the guy I was arguing for Team 1. But because
honestly, I think there's an argument that he could run away with the Heisman here.
I think he runs away with the Heisman. I don't think there's a world where he doesn't run away with the Heisman at this point. Like, After last, like Bo Nix was the arguable second guy that could beat him. But after after I woke up this morning and saw Bo Nix' poor performance in the Pac-12 championship game, that it went from like minus 250 for Jaden Daniels to minus 750 for Bo Nix. So like there was a huge swing that Jaden Daniels was going to win it. So I'm pretty sure Jaden is running away with it, and LSU is going to get another Heisman winner.
This might, but they still might be the whole. Just because we think that doesn't mean the voters think that.
That was Vegas coming up with that, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Holy shit! What a pick!
Oh,
sorry, but that was nice. Just watch the screen. You got to watch this pick. I know I'm in front of you.
All I see was what's his name talking.
Just let me know when you see the pick.
Wow.
That was a nice pick.
That was crazy.
He jumped, turned. Yeah, that a diving pick like that. Did he hold on to it? Yeah, that was a hell of a play, Crawford. Hell of a play. Texas is running away with this.
Woo.
This is going to get ugly.
What is that? Oklahoma State.
Alan Bowman, the guy who went to Texas Tech, Michigan, now Oklahoma State. Yeah.
Okay, so we did it.
We did it.
All-American team.
So again, our second All-American team, starting from the top. We got quarterback Jaden Daniels. We got running back Jaden Daniels from LSU. We got running back Cody Schrader from Missouri. We got wide receiver 3 or wide receiver 1 on the second All-American team, Kean Coleman from Florida State. We got wide receiver 2, Rome Oduzwali from Washington. Tight end, we got Cade Stover from Ohio State. Offensive tackle, we got Talise Fugala from Oregon State. We got Zach Minter finishing the offensive line from Michigan. Then we got Zeral Newton from Illinois. We got edge Dallas Turner from Alabama. We got Nathaniel Watson, linebacker from Mississippi State. We got Malachi Starks from Georgia. We got Trey Turner from Air Force. And then we got Harrison Melvis from Missouri. So Missouri gets two team All-Americans, second All-American team. I feel like we did great. I feel like this is a great first time Mocking with You podcast All-American team. We will get a good old graph out there, and we'll show our teams out there and put some honors out to these gentlemen like they care, but we do. It's a nice way of showing that some of these guys who might not get awards, that other people do witness them and view them as these players.
Oh,
so we appreciate you. Hopefully you have a great championship weekend here and get to watch these teams and your teams win. We still got Tulane later today. And it sounds, I don't know if you saw that. It sounds like Willie Fritz is going to leave Tulane and become Houston's next head coach.
Oh, that's a terrible job.
I don't like it for him either. Like he's done his time. At that
here to like a little bit up.
I mean, it's a Power 5, which is good because they are in the Big 10 or the Big 12. But it's like, come on, dude, you've done Tulane, you've done Georgia and Southern, you've done your time at smaller, crappier. You earn a Power 5. You should have got to Indiana. You should have got. You should.
Yeah, I really like them at Indiana and not Houston.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh God, Quinn Ewers with Texas is gonna. Wide receiver 5 for Texas just trips over himself. This game's over. Texas is literally just onslaughting Oklahoma State right now. Texas is making a statement game here to put themselves in the playoffs. That's what this is right now.
No, the turf monster.
Yeah, the turf monster. Thank God I picked Texas. Just got.
Yeah. Well, I think Texas on the plant, don't you?
Yeah. All righty. But we appreciate you listening, watching this week's episode of Mocking with You podcast. We will be back at our regular scheduled time next week. Next Friday at 6:30.
Thank you for listening to the Mocking You podcast. Yours truly, Lil B at Brunelli Sports and the Hater at Supercharged 33.